Going to be working on this Stihl MS 230 chainsaw today. Came here, it runs good, but no oil getting to the oiler, which is down here. So when the chainsaw is running, oil should come out here and oil the chain so it doesn't get overheated. So the first thing we do is just check in here, make sure we got a good filter. Make sure the filter's not plugged. As you can see, it's all looking pretty good in there. Filter looks alright. It's attached to the oil line, so that shouldn't be the problem. So what we're going to have to do is change the oil pump. So to again get at the oiler, which should be putting oil out this hole, there wasn't any when we had this chainsaw run anyway, cleaned up. So the oiler's in here, so we have to take all this off. I've loosened everything off just for time. This clip has to come off. Be careful with that, it can go anywhere. And then you take the drum off. It's the clutch drum. And then the clutch. There's a little roller bearing here. Be very careful, very delicate. And then the clutch comes off. Now, it's a 19mm socket. To get it off, you have to turn it clockwise, backwards from what you would normally do. We've already loosened this off, so just for time, you take the clutch off, and plate. Keep these things together so you put them back in the same order they come out. So there's our oil pump in here. So we're gonna take that off next, replace all the pieces, and then it's just an assembly. So once we get this part off, we'll show you how to get this oiler out. Okay, so we're still going to take this oiler out. I want to show you how to do that. In order to do that, we had to take the handle off. I didn't want to make a video on how to take out that one, and that one. Take those three off. 2 screws under here. Remove the handle. Very simple. Once we have the handle all off, we have access to the oil passage here, which is in here, right here. So we undo this T27, we take that one out, and we take the oil passage this way. Somebody messaging me. Then we're going to take this whole tube right out. This is the tube that goes into the oil reservoir. And take that right out and change the line and the filter right there. So we're going to take that out. Now the oil pump, which we showed you earlier, is right here. This is partially removed. It's just again for ease. We take a normal nut like this, bolt like this, thread it into the bottom of the pump. It's probably a special tool for this, but there's no need. And we got ourselves a 7mm wrench that we just pry on here. And there's our old pump out. Take the nut off. That's the old one. I'm going to put the new pump in. Very important though, you have to notice there's a couple of holes here. I'm trying to get it so there's no glare. One hole here and one hole on this side. Now this one on this side has to line up. It's going to be very hard to see. Anyway, there's a hole on the inside of this, directly opposite of this, on the upper part. So what we're going to do, we put this new pump in, is make sure that this hole lines up in here like this. Just like that. And that should line it all up. Anyway, we're going to put everything back together the way we took it off. Same thing, we're going to put this nut on here, get this forced inside, and then have a look. This is the worm gear for the pump, the old one. Not going to replace that. Doesn't look worn, it's still good. This sits on here. It gets spun by the engine, which in turn spins the shaft here. So we're going to put it all back together and start it up and see if we get some oil flowing out of there. That's the next part. See you later. Got everything back together on the Stihl chainsaw. So now we're going to give her a run, and what we're going to be looking for is oil coming out of here. So we'll start it up, see what's going on. See if we got some oil. It should start up. Turn this thing around. What we're looking for is oil. What do we got? Beautiful. Ready for cutting once again. Beautiful. Okay. Put the chain back on and give it back to the customer. It's all good now.